Hi, I'm Jeanette from CARMENAhandmade.com. I'm here today to show you how to make scrunchies. They're easy to make, inexpensive and suitable for lots of different occasions, birthdays, Christmas presents, or just for yourself, for your own hair. They're quick and fun to make. It takes less than an hour to make a scrunchie, so you're not bogged down by long, tedious sewing. These are some of what I made earlier. They're inexpensive, takes less than an hour. They're very pretty for your hair, for presents. If you're a beginner sewer, they're very good. For each scrunchie, you'll need a piece of fabric, 80 centimeters by 9 centimeters, scissors for cutting out your fabric, tape measure for measuring out your fabric, thread for sewing your fabric, a pencil or a Rouleau Loop. You don't need both. You use this as an inexpensive gadget for turning loops, and some pins, piece of elastic, safety pin for threading the elastic. So once you have all your things together, we're now ready to sew. First of all, make sure your fabric is smooth and ironed. For this project, I'm using a Polycotton Fabric, which is very easy to handle and to stitch. First of all, you pin the sides together. You measured out your fabric and cut out your fabric. Then you need some pins to pin the long edges of your fabric together. You pin the long edges together. Now we're ready to sew. You sew a 1 centimeter seam allowance where the pins are, along the long edges. Seam allowance is the area of fabric between the stitch and the edge. If you're a complete beginner, we always backstitch at the end. Backstitch means you go forward a few stitches, then backwards, then you stitch your seam. And you back stitch at the end. Just reverse a few stitches, then forward again. This secures the edge so that it doesn't fray. Remove our pins. You press down the middle of the seam. Don't touch the edges, just down the middle with the tip of the iron. Through the middle of the seam. Using the tip of the iron, just go through the middle. Now we stitch across the short edge on one side. Half a centimeter seam allowance. The seam allowance is the fabric between the stitching line and the edge, and the cut edge. Now we can use a pencil or a Rouleau Loop. So we cut off the edge, the short edge that we sewn, using a safety pin through the elastic. Pin it at the edge, pin it along the short edge, pin the elastic along the short edge. Then using a pin, thread the elastic through. And you bring both ends of the elastic together. Stitch across the elastic backwards and forwards a few times to secure. Push the elastic inside the short edges. Turn under on one edge. Insert the cut edge inside the folded edge on the short side. Then stitch across. There we are, one scrunchie. These take less than an hour to make, and they're Christmas present, birthday present, or just to give someone you like for their hair. Here's how I put it in my hair. Just wrap it around a few times. Depends how thick your hair is. And there we are, the finished product. Yeah, if you like the scrunchies ideas, give me a thumbs up, and we'll be coming with more beginners projects for the next time. Our tote bag is the next one for the future. So if you don't want to miss the tote bag for beginners, subscribe to the channel. That will help keep us going, and I will see you next time. Thanks for watching.